Hi guys. All right, we are going to do some more down curve letters and then we're going to be done with the down curves because we'll be all done. So, letters we're going to look at today are O, C, and Q. But we're going to start with the letter O. So, the letter O, you'll notice that it's not perfectly round like a print O. Okay, it still has it has a bigger belly on the back than an A or a D does. It's not quite as teardroppy, but it is still an oval. Okay, it's not a circle. And then it's going to end with our little check stroke. Remember that little beady little guy coming that way? Okay, so here we go. So we're going to start up here at the dash line. We're going to down curve, scoop, and hook way back and end at that point where we started. And then we have our little check stroke. Check stroke is not huge, okay? It's just a little like that, little guy. All right, let's come back down here and practice those a little bit because this is one of the simpler ones because it's just a circle, an oval, right? So we're going to start here. We're going to down curve, scoop way back, touch, check stroke to finish. And it's not a big O, okay? It's just a little guy like that. You'll notice that. Look how little these guys are. That's when you do yours underneath, you need to make sure that yours are little too, that they are not huge. So we're going to start here. We're going to down, curve, backwards, scoop, hook it way back, touch here, check stroke to finish. Okay. And something important to note is that when you do your check strokes to finish, that becomes the beginning of your next letter. So just like before when we had our check stroke it kind of became our undercurve for the next letter. If another letter started with an undercurve, this time, if the next letter is a down curve, your hill is just going to be a little flatter, if that makes sense. So watch. If I do this O, I'm going to down, curve, scoop it back, and I'm going to check stroke, and it becomes this little like wavy line like this is what happens. So I'm going to check stroke and then come up here to make the beginning of my D. And then I'm going to down, curve, come all the way up, touch, back down, scoop, under curve to finish. But that's that little joining is like a little mountain, okay? A little hill. So just be aware of that, okay? Moving on to C. So C, the beginning of its down curve just starts a little bit further down on the dash line. So I'm going to start here. I'm not starting here and doing that. It's like a little hook, and then it becomes like this, okay? So we're going to hook it backwards, down curve, scoop, under curve to finish. Hey, that's kind of like a little song, guys. I like that. So let's do this one right here. So we're going to hook it back, down curve, scoop, under curve to finish. Start here, hook it back, down curve, scoop, under curve to finish. Okay? And just like before, C ends with an undercurve, so it becomes the beginning undercurve of the next letter. Alrighty? Well, that was a simple one too. And now the Q. Guys, Q is one of my favorite letters because it's like tying up a little present. It's so fun. So it begins just like an A or a D or a G or an O, any of those other ones, where we start here at the dash line and we're going to down curve, hook it back, meet back up here. Okay. That's the beginning. You with me so far? Then I'm going to come straight down and I'm going to scoop it backwards. With a G, I scoop this way, right? But with a Q, I'm going to come straight down, hook it backwards, and I'm going to touch right here at the pink line. That's kind of like where your bow meets, like where it's like the bow and then the things come down at the point. So that's your point where the bow comes together. Then you undercurve to finish. So let's do that all together. So I'm going to down, curve, scoop, meet back at that dash line, go straight down at a slant, scoop it backwards, meet at the pink line, under curve to finish. Okay. I'm going to do that one more time. I know this is a little bit of a tricky one. So I'm going to down, curve, scoop, meet at the dash line, straight down at a slant, scoop it backwards, under curve to finish. Okay. And Q ends with an undercurve, so it just joins to the next one with an undercurve. Okay, those undercurves join together. Really go slow on this one. It shouldn't look like this, okay? It shouldn't look like this, okay? It should be like this. You should have a line that comes down, scoop it backwards, meet right here, undercurve to finish. All right? You can do it. I believe in you. Have a good night.